I've now reviewed a few different ways to control your curtains using your face hole, and the one that keeps coming back is this particular motor. People keep saying, is that thing still strong enough to pull those enormously heavy curtains after a couple of years? The answer is, that motor is a belligerent maniac. The string, however, that it was pulling on was made out of wet paper, and when it ultimately jammed, I got in quite a bit of trouble with the missus.
Getting those curtains to hang right took 10 years of my life with 3 top scientists meticulously threading the pleats in the optimum position, and you've ruined everything with your stupid awesome technology!
I might be paraphrasing a little bit, but either way, when Ajax got in touch and said that they wanted to send me their adjustable curtain track motor, I thought, well, I kind of need one of those. And because this thing is basically already constructed straight out of the box, it can simply be adjusted to the right length and then installed in about 30 minutes. It works with She That Should Not Be Named and Google Home, and even If This Then That, who I hate. But with this not being the cheapest motor on the market, the big question is the adjustableness of it worth it? Let's find out. And the answer to that question is, it depends on whether you value your time and your sanity. The last smart home curtain motor rail that I received, I took one look at it and then put it in a cupboard and pretended it did not exist. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Unfortunately for me, it continued to exist and I eventually had to build it. Aside from the time spent and the penetrating fear that I wasn't actually going to be able to finish the job, there was also the simple fact that when something is cheap, it tends to only come with the bare essentials. The last one I installed, for example, had no front cover on it to hide the ugly metal frontage, and I had to improvise to cover it up with a bit of cable trunking, because I'm a genius. Worse than that though was the wiring sticking out of the previous motor going, "Ooh, cable me to a wall." I don't know how to cable you to a wall, I'm not an electrician. This motor comes with a UK power supply actually connected straight up and ready to rock, so the installation of this was much easier. I am not the quickest when it comes to DIY, so it's probably best to measure the difficulty of this in how many frustrated outbursts there were. Oh, you f***ing heavy b****s. Oh, they're so heavy. I don't need these. Oh my god, get in there. Son of a bitch. Get in there now. Oh, you're fucking joking. Son of a bitch. Ooh. Are you on the milk or what? Seriously, get in there. Nine. This job will take 9 frustrated outbursts. That's actually very good. The median value for Paul Hibbert angry outbursts for a DIY project is 145,000. In all honesty, most of the frustration was caused by me not having a decent set of screws or a motorized screwdriver. With those two things, this job would have been much quicker, and actually the majority of the time was taken up just putting in the L brackets, because DIY. DIY is a massive shit. And between snapping off screw heads, trying to drive them into the wall, and not being able to get the drill in there, I was basically doing an awful lot of screwing.
Screw me harder! Screw me faster! Oh yeah!
Not good screwing, bad screwing. But if you aren't the unluckiest man alive, you'll find that you can put this thing up in the space of about half an hour because it's already pretty much constructed as soon as you take it out the packaging. This kit comes with ceiling brackets as well as wall brackets. It comes with a UK power supply, including a wall bracket to hang the adapter itself neatly on the wall. It comes with some very handily labelled screws, which me and Ajax will have to have some words about. An RF remote for that cave person in your life that just desperately needs to press a button. some instructions that you will ultimately put in the bin and use their very handily made video instead, and a rail that you simply adjust and slot the eyelets into. Once the physical installation is complete, you can pair the motor to the remote simply by holding down a button on the motor and then pressing a button on the remote. The remote can do open and close and pause, for anybody who's weird and thinks half-open curtains look cool. What are you doing? You can also give the curtain a gentle tug to start the motor running, and this is the best implementation of this I have seen. Every other motor I've seen with this functionality is like, with our amazing tug and go system, you can just tug and go. No, that's not sexual. And by tug, we mean yank, over and over and over again. That's still not sexual. It's a bit sexual. But either way, this is the first motor I've had where giving it a gentle tug actually does the job. And that is sexual. You've also got voice control using a she that should not be named, and Google Home if that is your preference, and even using If This Then That and the Toya Smart Life app for doing smart home automations. Let's talk about that. The Toya Smart Life app is one of my personal favorites. Not only is it very easy to use, but it has an awful lot of third-party implementation. This means you can buy smart locks and light bulbs and lamps and alarm systems and vacuum cleaners and about 1 billion other things, all from different manufacturers, and all of them work within this application. The setup process is as simple as pressing the reset button on the motor 4 times and then holding down on the 5th time to put it into pairing mode, and then getting the Smart Life app to search for the product. Once discovered, you can set up timers to automatically adjust the curtains on a timer, or do more impressive automations using things like sunrise and sunset as triggers, or if I leave my house, or even if I set my alarm. You could even set the curtains to close when you switch a light on. It's that intuitive, and that would actually be a really cool automation. The Toya Smart Life software is absolutely awesome, but if you prefer to use Amazon routines, all of that stuff works too. I have an Amazon routine now in my living room that says if I say it's movie time, it will dim the lights, it will bring my projector screen down, it will start my projector up, and it will close the curtains. This has been the missing piece of my smart home puzzle since the infamous string snapping incident of 2020. Hello darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Ajax have told me that they're not actually going to include screws for the general public. They just gave me joke screws for a laugh. Other than that, the price reflects the quality. There are of course cheaper motors out there, but this is the first one I've been sent that actually feels like a completed product. There's no real DIY to do, there's no cabling to do, and because you can actually adjust the width of it, I didn't even measure it. Not because I didn't think I needed to, but because I'm a moron. I didn't need to measure it because I could just stick the L brackets to the wall and then put the thing up and go, oh, I got it completely wrong. Never mind, I'll just adjust the width of the thing until the holes are in the right place. The adjustable nature of this makes an absolute breeze to install. If you're looking for a cheap option, you can just search my channel and you will find that... Where are you going? Don't leave just because you're cheap, let me finish. I wouldn't. I would actually buy this rail if I was going to do another room now because it's just not worth the hassle. It is so much more effort to do the other rails that it's actually worth the extra spend to get this one and stick it up in half an hour. I haven't done the badger thing for a while, have I? This is your badger. As usual, there are links in the description if you want to pick up anything you've seen in today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up because that will tell YouTube's algorithms it was a good video and more people should see it. If you want to see some more of this guy, hit that subscribe button and ding that bell. If you ding the bell, it lets YouTube know that you want to be notified when I upload videos. These incredible people here are my patrons from Patreon. And seriously, I say this every week, but without them, there would not still be a channel, because The world is hard, and I wouldn't risk quitting my day job. And I had to quit my day job. I did it because of those guys. If you want to be one of those incredible people, you can do that at either Patreon or buy me a one-off beer at PayPal, and I will genuinely love you forever. These are my Facebooks and my Twitters and my Instagrams. Come and hang out there, and we can be best friends. See you next time. Make sure there's no eyelashes on my face this week. That was annoying. There's no real DIY here. There's no... The median value for a Paul Hibbert DIY job is usually 100 Angie outbursts. These incredible people here are my patrons. My patrons. They are my patrons. Start again. They are my patrons.